All right, so get this. Picture yourself living the dream in the Caribbean. Sun, beaches, a successful plantation, the whole 9 yards. But
Something's missing.
you got it. You're craving, I don't know, adventure, a life less ordinary, something with a little more spice.
Okay, so what do? Pack your bags and head for the mountains.
Nope. You become a pirate. Crazy,
That's
right?
a little out there, yeah. But that's exactly what Stede Bonnet did, the guy we're talking about today.
Yeah, went from being this wealthy landowner to the gentleman pirate. Quite a nickname.
Really sums him up, though. I mean, the guy was full of contradictions.
And that's what makes this whole thing so interesting. What would make someone trade comfort and security, a good life?
For the danger of being a pirate.
Exactly. I mean, was it a midlife crisis? Was he bored? Problems at home? Maybe a little of everything?
Who knows? The sources we have don't really give us a straight answer. Honestly, makes it even more interesting.
It's like a big historical puzzle. We get these clues from the past, but we're still trying to figure this guy out.
Absolutely. And I think the further we dig into this, you'll see it's not just about pirates and treasure. It's about taking risks.
Chasing your dreams, right?
Yeah, and facing the consequences of your choices. Stuff we all think about no matter how old we are.
Totally. But let's back up a bit to the beginning. Stede Bonnet, born into wealth in Barbados, inherits this massive plantation at 6 years old.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Talk about hitting the jackpot. Sounds like he had it all. Grew up, good marriage, even becomes a major in the militia.
On paper, the perfect life, right?
Pretty much. But like we said, looks can be deceiving.
And here's where things take a turn. Stede, with all this money and privilege, he's restless. He gets obsessed with pirates, reading every book and story he can find.
It's like he's fascinated by this dangerous, rebellious lifestyle.
I can practically picture him in his fancy house, reading these wild pirate stories.
Fueling his imagination.
Makes you wonder, right? Was he looking for something more? Something outside his, predictable life?
Good question. Historians are still debating that one. I mean, we got to be careful about looking at the past through today's lens.
Right.
But you can't deny something made Bonnet make this crazy change.
And he really jumped in head first, not just dabbling. He goes all in. Gets a ship, names it the Revenge.
Which is, well, a little bit, yeah.
But then he does something even more surprising. Most pirates, they steal their ships, right?
Makes sense.
But not Bonnet. He buys his. And, get this, pays his crew a regular wage, not the usual share of the loot.
Almost like he's running a normal business, just a slightly illegal one. He really was the gentleman pirate.
He was. But all that politeness, that naivete, it's going to get him in trouble.
Oh, yeah, things are about to get interesting. Stick with us as we break down his early adventures, how he meets the legendary Blackbeard, and how it all goes wrong. Okay, so we've got Stede Bonnet, official pirate captain, sailing around in his fancy ship, the Revenge. You'd think with all that cash he had.
Yeah, he'd be a natural at the whole pirate thing.
Turns out it takes more than just, wanting to be a pirate. You need experience.
Yeah.
You got to be cunning, ruthless even.
And our gentleman pirate, well, he's not exactly cutthroat.
Not at first, no.
The podcast talks about some of his early attempts at, actual piracy.
And well,
Kind of funny. More like a pirate play than the real deal.
he does manage to capture a few ships, but they were pretty small. And honestly, probably his crew's doing more than his.
So it's almost like he's playing pirate, not actually living it.
Exactly. But then he comes face to face with a Spanish warship.
And reality hits.
Hard. The Revenge gets wrecked. His crew is decimated. Bonnet himself gets pretty badly injured.
Ouch.
Yeah, definitely not playing pirate anymore. He has to limp over to Nassau, which, if you don't know...
Pirate Central.
Oh, yeah. Shady taverns, back alleys, the whole bit. And this is where he runs into Blackbeard. Talk about a meeting of the minds.
Talk about opposites. You've got Stede, all refined and kind of clumsy.
Then you've got Blackbeard, legendary, feared, cunning.
Total pirate rock star.
And this meeting, it changes everything for Bonnet. Blackbeard sees a chance here. I mean, Bonnet has the ship.
Even if it is a little worse for wear.
Right, and Blackbeard, he's not going to let that go to waste. So he takes over the Revenge, leaves Bonnet to, well, recover.
Imagine that. The gentleman pirate taking orders from Blackbeard.
I bet that bruised his ego.
More than a little. But then, remember, King George T offered a pardon to any pirate who surrendered.
Yeah, trying to clean up the
A
siege.
chance to start over.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing not everyone was thrilled about giving up the pirate life.
Especially not someone like Blackbeard. But he's smart. He sees an opportunity. But maybe he doesn't totally trust the king either.
So what does he do?
Uses Bonnet, who at this point is desperate for any way out of his mess. So Bonnet goes ashore and gets that pardon. Must have been a relief.
Back to a normal life, maybe.
Except this is a pirate story. And while Bonnet's dealing with all that legal stuff, Blackbeard's got a different plan cooking. Blackbeard cleans out the Revenge, takes everything valuable, leaves Bonnet's crew stranded on some deserted island, then poof, gone.
No way. That is harsh.
Bonnet goes back expecting, a fresh start, and finds out he's been played.
Poor Stede. What does he do?
Well, let's just say he's not too happy about it, feels betrayed, humiliated, and that sparks something in him. The gentleman pirate wants revenge.
So Blackbeard totally played him. What does Stede do? Just take it lying down?
Oh, no, not Bonnet. He's not the kind of guy to back down from a challenge,
Yeah.
especially when someone's messed with his pride. So yeah, he goes after Blackbeard, wants to pay him back for that betrayal.
So Blackbeard kind of created a monster.
In a way, I guess you could say that. We see a real change in Bonnet. He's not the same naive guy anymore.
More hardened.
Yeah, more willing to get his hands dirty. Actually, he starts using a new name, Captain Thomas. Like he's trying to become someone else.
Shedding that old skin. But does it work? Does this new Bonnet find success as a pirate?
At first, he tries to keep up appearances. He does these, what he calls trades, with merchant ships.
Trades.
Yeah, but they're basically robberies in disguise. He's still breaking the law, but with a little bit of that old Stede Bonnet flair.
Can't take the gentleman out of the pirate.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guessing this doesn't last.
You're right. Eventually, Bonnet drops the act. He goes full-on pirate again, has a whole fleet of ships now, a real force to be reckoned with.
So he went from bumbling beginner to serious threat. That's a heck of a transformation. But like we said, this doesn't end well for Stede. What brings him down?
Well, it's a few things. His reputation catches up to him. And then he gets cornered by Colonel William Rhett in the Cape Fear River.
Oh.
It's a wild scene. Ships run aground, cannons firing, pirates everywhere. A real pirate battle.
Straight out of a movie, what happens?
Bonnet and his crew, they put up a fight. But they're outnumbered. Bonnet has to surrender. He ends up in jail in Charlestown waiting for his trial.
From fancy plantation owner to a jail cell. That's a tough break. What happens at the trial?
The trial itself is almost as wild as Bonnet's life. He tries to defend himself, says he was forced into piracy, even claims he was asleep during a raid, so it wasn't his fault.
Asleep? Seriously?
Yeah, like a true gentleman wouldn't stoop to stealing, even as a pirate. The judge isn't buying it, though.
I bet not.
There's this one part, it's in the records, where they're talking about stolen molasses, and Bonnet's like, no, I didn't order that. That's not my style.
He really held on to that gentleman pirate image, didn't he?
Right to the end. But it doesn't work. He's found guilty, sentenced to death, and hanged on December 10th, 1718.
What a story. And what about Blackbeard? Does he live happily ever after?
Funny you should ask. Blackbeard's ending is pretty similar to Bonnet's. He gets a pardon too, but he keeps pirating, and it catches up with him. He's killed in a fight with Lieutenant Robert Maynard just a month after Bonnet is hanged.
So they both end up, well, dead. It's a reminder that the pirate life, it's not all glamour.
Definitely not. Their stories are wild, full of adventure and betrayal, but they make you think about life, about the choices we make.
Yeah, they do. Did Stede find what he was looking for? Was it worth giving up everything? It's a question we're all left with.
That's the mystery of Stede Bonnet. We know the facts, but we can only guess at what drove him. And I think that's why his story continues to fascinate people.
It's a reminder that life can take some crazy turns, that we don't always know where our choices will lead. And you want to dig deeper into this, hear more about these guys, check out the Noble Blood podcast. They really bring history to life.
Absolutely. And that's it for our deep dive into the life of Stede Bonnet, the gentleman pirate. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and maybe, just maybe, don't give up your day job to become a pirate.